is still appointed. For Samsung, when they're looking at this organizational structure, they realize this is actually not the best way to do business. And the problem is, when you dispatch somebody from Korea overseas, you run into several problems immediately. Most of these countries don't speak Korean. And actually, no country speaks Korean except Korea. Okay, then we got the next best language, English. Well, English doesn't get you very far outside of North America. It doesn't carry you that far in Latin America. It does absolutely nothing for you in Middle East. So how do you do this? You can dispatch somebody over, but what can they do really when they get on the ground? Nothing much. They're there for coordination. They're there to observe, to basically manage their counterparts, which they found to be very inefficient, very wasteful, because when you dispatch a dispatcher, salary gets higher. You have to cover their cost of living, the children's education overseas. They bring the entire family over. So the actual cost of that position is actually sometimes 2 to 3 times what they actually take in salary. So their solution was, well, we don't really want to dispatch anymore because it's not cost efficient. What's the best way? Why don't we basically just source the role locally, completely? Now their problem was, in a lot of these developing countries, without access to a good business school MBA program, it is almost impossible to source management talent. For about 10 years' time, they were sending employees they sourced locally, sending them to US to be trained in their MBA. And they will only send to the top 10 schools, from Harvard all the way down. And they have a very clear benchmark. If it's top 10, you're okay. Below that, we will not send you. Now the problem is when you do that, when you send somebody from, let's say, Kenya, and Kenya was one of the fastest developing markets they have. You send them over to a school, let's say to MIT. Okay? Now the Kenyan student went to MIT, studied for 2 years. Are they going back home? Nah. They're going somewhere else, and they say thank you. So again, they struggle to basically find local talents that they can send and bring them back locally. And even if they brought them back, you also run into the problem of they actually don't know the Samsung culture from the headquarter point of view. Korean culture is very unique. Korean culture is very different. Samsung is a huge company. If you walk onto the campus, I usually go there a couple times a year just to meet with them. The campus is easy to get lost because it's a city in and of itself.